Let's get a quick round on this one. The Colorado Democratic Party announced a counting error this week that gives Bernie Sanders one additional delegate from the March caucuses. The announcement led to claims of fraud and calls for the resignation of party chair Rick Palacio from Bernie Sanders supporters. Maybe a little bit of an overreach. Eric, your quick reaction to this counting error?
Two very quick takes. One, it is an overreach. I mean, this wasn't a counting error. It is interesting that all the errors seem to work in Hillary's favor. All the ties, the flip of the coin always comes out in Hillary's favor. That's interesting. Secondly, we keep talking about the chasm and the divide in the Republican Party these days. It's an enormous chasm. The Democratic Party has a huge chasm as well between the Hillary base and what they want and the Bernie base. And this is a chasm that's not just going to get settled with a nomination fight in Philadelphia. It's going to be settled over a number of years as there's a battle for the heart and soul of that party.
Natasha, it's one delegate, but does it signify a much bigger issue?
It does, and I'm particularly disturbed that they didn't alert Bernie Sanders' campaign because they said it wasn't essentially a big deal. Well, for him, one delegate is a huge deal. And when you look at the momentum that comes out of Colorado, you can't unwind that clock. So as we move forward, could that have changed where he's at right now? Possibly. And the fact that we have to ask that question is extremely disturbing.
Patty, are we seeing a pretty tough job for whoever wins this Democratic nomination to unite the party again?
Yeah, I think it is going to be very, very tough. And I'm just waiting for all voters in America to discover this little thing called the Electoral College. I mean, if they are suddenly discovering that our party rules are arcane, think what's going to happen when they suddenly discover this newfangled Electoral College, which means it's not necessarily election by popular vote.
David, wrap it up for us.
Anybody can make mistakes. The error wasn't the problem, but the problem was the error was concealed for a long time and only uncovered by the Denver Post. So I think the Bernie supporters have a legitimate complaint here.